Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of the Daddy Brigade podcast. I'm Keith, the Bearded Tank.
I'm Zach, the Tactical Gnome, and tonight's episode is going to be on EDC gear, or better known as everyday carry. Tonight we're doing a podcast without Zach because he's getting ready for his wedding next week. So basically, we decided to do one that me and Keith are both very familiar on with the EDC gear. Tonight, normally I would have some other things on me, but basically tonight I've got my brand new Essie Zulu knife that I just got. It's got a nice Kydex sheath with it. Also carry my Leatherman rebar, my Burnley side pop. What else? Let's see. My SOE belt. If you're looking for a good EDC belt to carry for your pistols or just to carry your knife on or anything, SOE I recommend. Highly, highly, highly good stuff. The wait time is worth it. John and all the guys down there do an awesome job. Just don't make them mad. I also have a Recycled Firefighter minimalist wallet. Another company that I absolutely, truly, truly like their stuff. We've had I've had this wallet for about 3 years now, and absolutely love it. It gets beat up every day in my pocket at work and in my back pocket when I'm not at work. And it's made of recycled fire hose, so it takes a beating.
I'm going to have to look into that because my wallet is an old military surplus compass pouch. You know, it's a little rough sometimes, but definitely gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, they're nice little wallets. Nice little elastic strap, and it will hold up to 10 grand.
Nice.
Don't ask how I know that.
Don't worry, I won't.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it.
Folded, of course, but it will hold up to, I've had about $10,000 on it. And I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cards. I think they normally say 6, but I can fit 9 in here.
Nice.
And it still holds them very tight.
What other colors do they have? Because yours is...
I have the bright orange. I have bright orange and Typhoon camo on this one. I forget which model this is. I believe it's the Rookie or the Sergeant. They have all different color fire hoses. They also do boot leather.
Oh, nice.
And they also do dump tarps. All the outside material comes in different colorways. I've seen pretty much mainly the Typhoon and the Yeti Cryptic camo. There's red, black, all kind of colorways, and they're fairly cheap. I think I paid $30.
Oh, that's not bad.
And the guy does it part-time in his garage. He's a full-time firefighter. He does this part-time.
Nice. That's awesome.
So, with that being said, and us basically going over what we have on us right now, let's get into what we carry on us every day.
Okay. In my line of work, I can't carry my gun on me. It's a little hard to have that in my waistband and have my tool belt on. Gets a little awkward and uncomfortable, but it does usually stay in my car at the job site, depending on where I'm at, what I'm doing. I always have my phone. Can't go anywhere without that.
That's kind of a shame that that's now become an EDC thing.
Right.
Granted, I have my phone on me every day too, but it's a shame that it's become such a part of everybody's EDC.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's a primary means of communication.
It is.
If stuff were to go down or something, you got to have a way to communicate with, because not everybody carries, I have 2 Baofeng radios upstairs.
Yeah.
Not everybody carries those around on a daily basis. You'd look a little awkward if you did, unless you were in a line of work that required you have a radio of some kind.
Yeah.
Like me, it kind of looked weird with my Baofeng sticking out of my tool belt.
No, you just probably would look like one of the white hat guys that stands around and reads blueprints all day.
Yeah. My father-in-law would kind of.
I
work for my father-in-law.
You could be the job foreman.
Yeah. I'm not. That would be my father-in-law. He's been doing it a long time, and so I'm kind of the journeyman, I would say, to go with it. If you're talking in union terms, he's the master. I'm the journeyman. I'm a new journeyman. Let's put it that way. But yeah, I've got my phone. It's an iPhone.
We'll just call you an apprentice.
Okay, whatever. But it's in a Pelican case.
Which, by the way, is exactly what I have on my phone. He rocks an Apple, and I rock a Samsung, so we've got both spectrums there.
I love the Magpul Field case, too. I have that
I never got a chance to get one of the Magpuls because they never made it for any of the phones that I've ever had. And I swear by Pelican cases. I've never had the chance of owning one of their rifle cases. I plan on it.
Yep.
But this phone case, if their rifle case or anything like this phone case, I've dropped this phone many a times.
Oh yeah, I've dropped mine off a ladder a couple times at the job site. I mean,
yeah, and I'm just impressed at the amount of abuse that this thing has taken.
Yeah, the only thing that's had any real issues on mine is actually the charging port cover's missing.
Yeah, I ripped mine off too.
Yeah.
I actually ripped mine off because it was in my way.
Yeah, I mean, it did get a little annoying, but now I got to clean out my charging port every so often because, I get drywall dust or something like that in it. But, I mean, I take my phone out of the case and clean it every so often anyway, just to keep it clean. Like I said, my wallet's an old military surplus compass pouch with the one,
Alice.
Yeah, the old Alice clip slide on the back. I took the Alice clip off. I tried putting it on my belt for a little while just to see. Yeah, it was a little uncomfortable. And if it were like a Malice clip or something, it wouldn't be so bad. But
I'm sure there's a way we could rig something into that somehow.
Yeah, I mean, I could tear the stitching. I've got Cordura somewhere upstairs with all my burlap for my ghillie suit. But I'm sure I could figure something out. But again, it stays in my front pocket because, driving and, stuff. And then with my tool belt, it's kind of gets in the way in the back pocket. It's kind of a personal choice to carry it in the front pocket. In there, I mean, I've got my IDs, some business cards, my credit cards, I also carry in my wallet, it's a little Trico multi-tool, for lack of better terms.
The credit card tools.
Yeah, it's shaped about the size of a credit card, but it's got different Allen heads, or not Allen, hex spots on it, a bottle opener, a letter opener.
And those are actually TSA compliant,
yeah,
by the way.
Yeah, I know. I've been through the airport a few times with it, never had any issues. I also carry in there, I've got my Dangerous But Good Challenge coin. I seen your post the other day on that coin, and on Facebook there, and everybody's like, what coin? Where did this coin come from? Yeah, there are little secrets that come with. I don't know how many of the new patches have them, but some of the old patches came with little. If you read and actually look at everything that comes with the patches in your order, you'll see how to get it.
And I have not ordered any of their stuff at all.
Yeah, I mean, I've got their tumbler, their new tumbler, their Stripes tumbler that came out. I've got that's the camp mug. So, I mean, Dangerous But Good coin. Also in my wallet's a little Sheffield multi-tool. I just carry it. It hardly ever gets used, but, just in case. I
had one of those when I was a kid. I believe it was a Leatherman. It could have been a Sheffield. And I lost it somewhere. I don't know where, but I wish I would have not lost it because that little thing is awesome.
Yeah.
And they are super, super hard to find and super expensive.
Yeah.
When you do find them.
Surprising. I mean, I've had this one I think I got it when I was 10 10
I think that's about when I got mine too.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's like 2.5 inches long total, and like 3/4 of an inch wide. That's another thing that's on the little Tricold credit card multi-tool. It's got a little roller on it. Comes in handy sometimes.
And since we're not doing a live video, we're going to post up pictures on our Instagram of all the EDC stuff that we have on us this evening.
Yep, definitely.
But it's basically, for you folks that are listening, think mini, tiny Leatherman.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I mean, you see the big, the typical like folding like pliers, and it's got a knife and all kinds of stuff on it. It's like that, but itty bitty. That's what's in my wallet, and I've got my keys. Obviously, they go everywhere because I've got both my house keys, because I've got the garage key, my car key. I've got a dangerous but good pull tag that says pull to eject on it, flight tag kind of deal. Another little multi-tool that stays on my keys. It's got a little carabiner on it that I actually got from Subaru, because I am a Subaru ambassador. I've had like 6 different Subarus, and I like to spread the word because they're fantastic. The one I have is a 2003, and it's got 190,000 miles on it. Still running strong. I mean, there's a typical little body rust, but
yeah.
I mean, it is
Subaru
15
fender
years old.
rot.
Yeah, the rear fender rot. And then I've got a Shepherd Firearms steel flame tag that I got off of Zach over here.
I was going to say, yeah, where did you get that?
Yeah. Where did I get it? Let me think. I don't remember.
I think you got that out of my safe.
Yeah. Which I still owe you for.
Don't worry about it, man.
Moving on, I carry the knife that I carry. It's nothing super fantastic. I guarantee the ones that Zach carries like dwarf this by like 20 or 30 times. It's because this is an Ozark Trail from Walmart.
It's a good beater knife.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and the stuff that if I don't have my utility knife on me when I'm at work, like I usually do. I mean, if I'm doing something, if I got to go outside and I got to get something, got to cut something open. Like we've been laying a crap ton, like 700 square feet of tile.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so my back is a little sore because they're 18-inch square tiles, and we're laying 700 square feet of them.
Jeez.
But I couldn't find my multi-tool because the place where we're working, the owner left a whole bunch of crap in there, so we're constantly moving stuff back and forth, and I couldn't find my knife, so I pulled this out, cut the mortar bag open. It does the job. It's not anything fantastic, but it works.
And see, that's where the reason we're doing this is because there's difference between Keith and I and what we carry.
Yep.
I
Definitely
carry a little bit more expensive stuff, not because I have the money to afford it. It's because the expensive stuff, I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I like a lot of the higher end knives.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to use what you like and use it often.
Yeah, I mean, at one point in time, I had a Rick Hander Knives, custom knife maker here out of Ohio. And I believe it was a $300 knife I was carrying around on me.
Jeez.
And it was a user. And people were like, are you nuts? I'm like, no I'm
make
using
them
it.
to
That's
use,
what
man.
it's meant for.
Right. It's like old people driving a sports car. I mean, like a high-end sports car. I mean, drive it like it's meant to be driven. I mean, I understand you're having a midlife crisis or something.
Are you talking about like the old dude that has the blue Lambo?
Oh, and the one older guy that drives a silver Ferrari, a yellow Ferrari, a red Ferrari.
That's Dave Flynn.
I don't know who it is.
I think it's Dave Flynn that has all the Ferraris.
And you see, there's like probably late 70s lady that drives a freaking STI around.
Yes.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Come on.
I've seen that quite often. I've seen a lot of older people driving souped up STIs, and it's like, your grandson just did this to your car for a reason.
Yeah. He's hoping for a nice inheritance.
Yes. Because I know you don't know anything about that.
And I mean, and it's a 6-speed. I mean, props to the old people driving, manual transmissions, because hardly anybody does anymore.
Hey, we can wipe out a whole generation if we just switch back to cursive.
Cursive and 5-speeds.
And manuals.
Yeah. And I always like to carry a notepad and a writing utensil. I mean, it's not necessarily always the one I've got sitting here in front of me. I mean, I've always got a pencil for work. I've always got a scrap of paper, something that I stick in my pocket, just something that if I have to take notes. Because, if we need something from Depot, quick jot down, it's easier than pulling out your phone when your hand's covered in, mortar or drywall mud or something like that. So pen and paper always comes in handy. And then my nicotine fix, I turn into a real bad bear. Like, really mean.
Dude, you drive a Subaru, so we obviously figured out you vaped.
Oh, don't even start that crap. I mean, okay, but it got away from, chewing. Because that's what I did for the longest time. And my wife kind of got tired of the stuff in my teeth. And then for a while I switched to the pouches, and it was better. But, I quit.
They don't give you enough nicotine with the pouches.
No, they definitely don't. Even when I got the Camel
Snus?
Stuff. Yeah. And I got the large pack.
I've tried both. And,
yeah. I mean, this, the flavor I've got right now is freaking strawberry cupcake. So, I mean, it's not like it smells bad.
Cool clouds, bro.
Yeah, right? Here. There you go. There's your cloud for you.
There's your cloud. We get it, dude. You vape.
Yeah, but, I gotta have my nicotine fix. It smells good. The wife doesn't mind it. That's, like I said, I quit for a year. And it was when we found out we were pregnant with my youngest, life started to get a little stressful for me because, 4 kids in my house that's sitting here that's 672 square feet. And it was a boy. We've got 3 older girls and 1 boy. The youngest is a boy. It was a big change. I was freaking out a little bit. Moving on. But
you do it well. You do it well.
Yeah, I suppose I do. But, I try my hardest. The wife's actually out of town going to Arkansas. She left this morning at like 9:30. She won't be back until probably midnight Monday night.
Wow, props to her for driving out there by herself.
Well, she's going to see her friend from school who got engaged. She's going to go take her engagement pictures, and because my wife's a photographer. There's nobody crying. Yeah, kids are upstairs watching a movie, playing around. So we just heard something crash, and it was like nobody's crying. We're good.
Typical dad moment.
Yeah, dad moment. Like, what? But and I carry a little flashlight. The one I have in front of me.
Little. That thing is not little.
No, this one specifically is not little. It's not the one I normally carry. It's just the one that I couldn't find because, I was up till 2 o'clock helping the wife get ready to go last night.
And by not little, folks, I mean this thing is...
It's a little bit bigger than a quarter around by probably 4 inches long. It's still only 1 LED, but it runs on 3 AAAs in a little... Of course, the wrong end wants to open.
The little carrier that they have. Yeah,
the little carrier thing. And now, by no means is this like a Streamlight or anything. I think this is it's a little carrier. It's like a $5 or $7 performance tool flashlight that I bought when I worked for O'Reilly Auto Parts. So, I mean, and of course I put the carrier back in backwards, so now it doesn't work. Well, I don't know. Yeah, fail moment there.
Now, some of them, I don't know if that one will do it, but some of those ones with the carrier, I have seen that you can take that out and replace it with a 18650 or an 18350.
This definitely wouldn't fit a 650.
It's
a little short.
There are batteries. There are certain ones that I know would fit.
Yeah, I think it's the smaller version of the 18650.
Is it the 14?
I don't remember what it is because that's.
Yeah, the 18650 doesn't fit.
18. Yeah, I pulled out one of my old mods that tried to burn the house down. It actually still had a battery in it.
Hello, there, Slick.
Well, no, it wasn't the batteries or anything that tried to burn the house down. The charging port, the little metal piece around it, came out.
Nice.
And the cord, the grounding part, touched the case and arced a little bit. So yeah, that one's been decommissioned. And I broke the tank. So I'm a little rough on them sometimes. Just the nature of the beast. With the kids, they knock them over, or I drop them while I'm at work or something like that. But Hey, I put it in right the first time that time. Put the carrier back in.
Nice. One of the other things, since we were talking about lights, is you got your light. I carry a Olight S1R baton, powered by a one of the mini. What is it? The 18350. The tiny little battery. 900 lumens.
Holy
it steps up to 900. So you have your moonlight, and I think it goes 80, or it's like 50, 80, 300, or something like that. And then you double click the power button, it takes it to 600. Double click it again, it takes it to 900.
Nice.
But it doesn't run real long on the 6 and 900.
Yeah.
But God, is it bright?
Yeah. I mean,
even
if it's something that bright,
even at 300, it is stupid bright, and I was impressed because it's. I mean, the thing is only probably about 2 or 3. I mean, it's about 2 inches big,
wow.
And 3 inches. You've seen it.
Yeah.
It's a super awesome light, and it has a strobe function. And there's other functions that I'm supposed to be able to do with it that I have yet to figure out because I don't know. But it's a freaking bright light. And that seems to be like another thing that a lot of people carry or torches. And you can get into some serious money with them. I've seen some really, really nice custom torches. Barrel Flashlight Company. I actually ran into the owner on his way out to the USN gathering.
Nice.
Got to BS and actually he handed me a patch.
Cool.
And got to BS with him, and his flashlights are really nice and pricey. But they're extremely nice and well built.
I mean, most quality things are going to cost you a little bit more. But,
yeah. But definitely well built.
I mean, because my flashlight, I mean, it was cheap, but it's cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just your little aluminum body. It still works, but I mean, I've gone through, I can't tell you how many. There's the smaller versions that have that same thing. You see the little black ones you see all in the little Harbor Freight
the
places,
Harbor Freight
little
ones.
things like that.
Those are good for cheap,
like
garage flashlights throw in the toolbox.
Yeah, something.
I think I probably got like 6 of them.
Oh, I've got at least 3 times that. That's somewhere.
Yeah.
Because you lose them. I mean,
you lose them,
little
you don't
gremlins that run around and steal things that you. Yeah.
That and the 10mm sockets.
Yeah, that and the 10mm sockets.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for reminding me of that. Since Keith had mentioned his nicotine fix, normally I just have, a pack of smokes, which I'm trying to quit.
Yeah.
I need to quit. I promised my little boy I would, so I need to. And just like a regular Bic lighter. I used to carry a Zippo, and after handing out a Zippo that a friend gave me that's no longer around, he was still around when the Zippo got stolen, but it was one that he gave me, and now he's no longer around, and I really kind of regret ever carrying it. I have 2 or 3 nice Zippos at home, and I mainly, it's sacrilegious, but I use them to light cigars. Like, everybody's like, oh my God, I can't believe you use a match. No, screw you. I'm using these Zippos.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's my everyday stuff. Other than, my Springfield XD 4-inch Service Model 9 that I carry in my... usually it's in my Cloak Tuck version 1 from Alien Gear. I also have... Now, don't hate me. It's a $20 Black Hawk nylon little holster. I know. My brother actually gave it to me. He's like, hey, you want this? I'm like, sure.
I can't say. I mean, by no means, folks, are we gunfighters, so... But, really, Black Hawk...
Well, like I said, my brother gave it to me. I didn't pay
for it's
it.
Cool.
And I don't use it much at all. That's one of those occasional things where I don't feel like putting the Cloak Tuck in my waistband, so that still is there and hides under everything. But I'm looking into getting a Shapeshift, the course carry kit.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes with a mount for in the car. You just unsnap it from the holster and snap it onto the mount on the dashboard wherever you put it.
Yeah, I have seen that.
And it's got a drop leg expansion, too. I was like...
Yes. It's not out yet, but it's coming.
I looked. I was looking at the other night. You can add it on if you buy the core carry kit for $99.88 for another $33 and some change. You can add the drop leg expansion to it.
And then you get what, five setups with that?
It's got that would be because it comes with an appendix rig, the standard inside the waistband,
over the waistband,
an outside the waistband with a paddle, and an outside the waistband with the slides.
Yeah.
So you add the drop leg. They also have shoulder holster expansion, ankle holster expansion. I can't remember what else, but I mean the basic one for $99 for $100, you get 4 options. I was looking into a T-Rex Arms sidecar to try, for appendix, because I mean, I know multiple people that use it. I mean, John Lovell, the Warrior Poet, uses a T-Rex Arms sidecar. My buddy that down in Columbus that runs the Cerakoting company and stuff, he also does some teaching. He runs a sidecar. I'm trying to think who else I saw. Garen Thumb.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've seen use a sidecar too.
And the big reason we're talking about holsters and why holsters seem to be prevalent is I am actually in between finding a holster for my Glock 19 Gen 4. We all have different likes. Again, it's different strokes for different folks type thing. And I've been looking at either a Tier 1 concealed or a TXC's holster, which I just found that company. But we're looking, I've been bouncing around, and I have looked at the Alien Gear shapeshifter setup, just like Keith has. But I want to be able to carry appendix. I've never thought I would actually want to do it. I've tried one, and kind of like it. But I really gotta get a holster that I like. That's for me. This one wasn't mine. This was a friend of mine's. I also was looking at G-Code, or a Haley Strategic. Again,
yeah,
money.
A good holster is not cheap,
and a cheap holster is not good.
Yeah, cheap holster is not good. But I mean, the holsters, like I know the T-Rex Arms sidecar is $100, but it's a great holster.
I think the one company, Tier 1, I think it was $129.
Yeah, something like
that. And I can get it in all nice black with the green, zombie green, or the...
that's you can get all kinds of different options in the Kydex.
So it can match my SOE belt.
Yeah. But I mean, they're expensive, but they're worth it. It is, you gotta... the best way to find one is, I mean, it sounds weird, but try it. I mean, it's hard to try them and without buying them. But if you know friends that got them, ask around. I mean,
yeah, my brother-in-law has a G-Code, and actually, we found out after I did some research when I was looking at G-Code that it was one of the special edition ones that G-Code and Haley Strategic both worked on, and it's really nice. I actually like it. He won't give it up.
No, of course not.
Especially now that I told him what it was. And my brother-in-law is not big into, like, the whole tactical stuff. He EDCs a knife and his pistol, and his car keys. Like, that's pretty much it. But he, once I told him what it was, he's like, yeah, no, I'm not even going to remotely. He knows the people that need to be known in that industry. So he basically flat out told me, no.
Yeah, no. Sorry. Yeah, I mean.
One thing about the my new Essie that I got, and that's the ESEE knife. The Zulu it's normally a little neck knife, but the guy that I got it off of had put some nice, like, micarta scales on it, and it also came with a really nice custom built, basically Kydex sheath for it with a tech lock on the back. And this is the first thing I've ever owned with tech lock. Not gonna lie, I had to look up on YouTube how to open this thing.
Yeah,
because I've never owned anything with tech lock. And I really, really, really like it. And funny enough, I didn't realize it. Keith pointed this out tonight when I showed up to record, was that it matched my belt.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, hey, look at that. So now I'm going to have to get a matching holster to go with this.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm going to have all matching stuff. That knife I carried tonight because it's brand new and I wanted to bring it and show Keith. This will be rotated in and out. The other thing that actually neither one of us mentioned is watches.
Oh, yeah.
I EDC a G-Shock. Funny, it's black and green too. I don't know what it is with me and black and green. When I was a kid,
You just like the zombie colors.
It used to be black and red when I was a kid, and still, two of my favorite colors are black and red. But now this toxic green is kind of like starting to really edge in over top of the
green,
red.
Yeah, that bright
like
green
the
mixed
neon
in
green
with the black. It's definitely eye catching, and I can see why it's attractive.
Yeah, I had the G-Shock, and I love G-Shocks. I have beat the dog shit out of this thing.
Yeah, I need to get one because I had an Apple Watch that I wore every day, and I kind of killed it.
That's why you don't buy an Apple product.
No. It still works, but the screen's broken and it doesn't let it touch. Like half the screen, you can't touch nothing.
Nice.
Yeah, so like I pull it off the charger, I can't even put the passcode in to unlock it to get it to work.
Oh,
yeah,
my.
And to replace the screen on one of those, yeah, you might as well buy a new one. And again, I've changed all kinds of... Yeah, I know.
G-Shock.
I know, G-Shock.
Did you see the new ones they actually brought out? I haven't... I got to read up more on them. But supposedly you can connect them to your phone now.
Yeah, I know. Like, there's the... Sunto makes one.
Sunto... Well, yeah. And initially, the reason I got this G-Shock was a coworker of my wife's told her that she had a G-Shock she had bought for her ex-boyfriend. He didn't like the colorway. So he's like, I don't want it. Shortly after that, they ended up breaking up. But she paid good money for it. I got it for next to nothing. I think I paid $40 for it.
Nice.
Never been worn. I think this one's like a $120 watch.
Yeah, I mean, G-Shocks are definitely durable. I know Brian Black at ITS Tactical, that's all he wears is a G-Shock.
They take a beating. My next one I'm actually looking at, because I want to get another G-Shock. Again, I'm weird. I want to be able to rotate, like, I want watches to match my gear, like, I want watches to go in and out, just like with my knives and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I'm going to take this knife, this watch, and this pistol. Like,
right.
So you change it all up. I've been looking at a Mudmaster, G-Shock Mudmaster. Eventually, I would like to get my hands on the Master of Mudmaster, but I don't have the extra $800 to be thrown at a watch.
Yeah, that's like when I broke my Apple Watch, my wife's like, "We can get you a new one." I'm like, "No, I won't even bother." The watch I would wear otherwise, of course, the battery died on it, so I haven't been wearing it for like the last 2 weeks. There's actually I'm going to pull out my inner nerd again. It is
That's a
Halo
big face on that watch.
Yeah, it's a Halo 5 watch. I bought it GameStop when I bought, because I pre-ordered Halo 5, the legend, the collector's edition.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I've spent probably
he spent more money
$600 on Halo games.
He spent more money on Halo games than I have on knives.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I've got every game out for Xbox except for Halo Wars 2.
Just please don't tell me you're that guy that runs around with a rocket launcher.
No. I mean, it depends on what game mode you're playing. I mean, there are times where you run around with a rocket launcher because Warzone. I mean...
I remember playing Halo 2. Is that the one that had the big-ass tanks and that one little map that had the two little bases on it, and there was that big expanse, and you would just sit there and just sit in the tank and lob shells at each other?
Oh, yeah, that would be Blood Gulch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably one of my favorite maps because you would have everybody run and jump in the Warthog, and everybody on the other team would jump in the Warthog, and you'd leave 2 people behind, and they would sit there and just wing artillery back and forth at each other. The entire game. And I think...
That actually started in Halo, the original Combat Evolved.
Oh, God,
They remake that map almost every game and call it something different, but
it's
all pretty much the same.
I just remember just sitting in the freaking tank and just going, yep, we're just going to lob shells all day.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was amusing. I'm a little bit of a gamer. I just got Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh my God.
Good game.
It's an amazing game. Rockstar really stepped up. With that being said, Rockstar needs to really now somehow one-up themselves when they bring out Grand Theft Auto 6. Because right now, Red Dead Redemption is the largest open-world map game out there.
Even bigger than No Man's Sky?
I don't... For console. Let me rephrase that. For console, it is the biggest open-world map. And it may be... I don't know. All I know is...
No Man's Sky, dude. I knew a kid... He used to be my assistant manager. Bought that when it came out. He would literally start traveling before he came to work. Instead of, and he would leave it on while he was at work all day.
Wow.
And get home, and it would still be traveling to his destination. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, then maybe it's just for console. But
yeah, that is for PC and stuff too.
They're going to have to one-up themselves because...
they've set the bar pretty high for themselves.
I mean, just in the open world, like, we're not talking graphics, gameplay, anything. Just in the open world itself, it's unreal. Then you get into the graphics and everything else, and it's like, yeah, congratulations, Rockstar. Now you have to one-up yourself.
Yeah. It's not like the competition did it. You did it to yourself.
And I always expect great things out of Rockstar. We'll see what happens. Yeah. I kind of can't wait for Grand Theft Auto 6. I am going to be busy playing this for a while.
Yeah.
Because even once the story mode and everything is done, like, I'm still going to be...
Oh, yeah.
Riding around on horseback, getting into bar fights. I
still haven't completely finished Halo 5. I mean, I finished the story, the campaign, but I got to go back and get all the skulls and everything.
Oh, yes.
All the intel. I'm close, but not quite. But, 4 kids don't get a lot of time to play.
I think...
And then we watch more movies on the Xbox and I get to play my games.
That's kind of what happens with us. Like, I normally get a couple hours... like on my weekends off from work.
Yeah.
To play a little bit, maybe while little dude's home from school taking a nap. Like today he was homesick, so he was playing a little bit and decided to curl up on the couch, and I get to sit and play about 2 hours. And, I mean, in 2 hours you don't get a lot done in that game.
Yeah, no.
Like, not at all. Like, when you're having to ride from... one point on the map to another, which looks super close until, like, you zoom in all the way and you realize, like, oh.
Yeah. Back to a little bit of on track with the everyday carry stuff. Your everyday carry doesn't just come down to what's in your pockets. You're obviously in your car every day for work, right?
For an hour and 5 minutes one way.
Yeah. Mine's usually like 5 minutes because I drive to my father-in-law's house. It's a few miles down the road, get in his truck and go to work. But like in my car, I keep water. I usually have a case of water that I keep in my car. I've got my first aid kit, my tire pump and a tire plug set. I've got a little emergency snow shovel, especially with winter coming up. I gave you a couple of them.
Yeah.
And then I've got...
which hopefully I don't need to use those.
Yeah, hopefully not. I mean, with a lot of the stuff that I keep in my car and stuff, it's one of those better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Yeah, I guess.
So...
yeah, that's a good way to describe that. See, I have 2 EDCs. One day... one set up for at work, one set up for not at work. Because I can't carry any type of knife or firearm at work. So normally, it comes down to my Burnley side pop, my Lynch pry bar. It's a little tiny pocket pry bar / bottle opener. It stays in my bag, or in my front pocket of my shirt. I also carry a Hinder Investigator pen and a ITS Tactical Write in the Rain notebook.
Nice.
Or no, not Write in the Rain. Field Notes. Field Notes. But it's the waterproof one.
Oh, cool.
That ITS made. I also carry a little fidget thing. It's from the Hate Project, which it's a play on words. It's a pig-shaped bottle opener. The Hate Project, what it is they do a lot of charity work. And all the money and the proceeds go to a lot of good charities. Ronald McDonald House, stuff like that.
So, yeah, I mean, the Hate Project sounds... I mean, I don't have anything from them. I've seen all kinds of stuff, and it's one of those things where the charity is an awesome part. I just don't have the extra funds to throw to it.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of the stupid little EDC gear like that I have. I'm all about donating to charities. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind throwing like money here or money there to donate to good causes, especially children's hospitals and stuff like that. But the one thing, like I had said, this knife that I have on me tonight is not my regular knife. Normally I carry a Gerber, or I've been constantly switching up. It's either the Gerber that I have, which kind of looks like an M16 clone from CRKT. But I also have a CRKT Squid that I carry, or a Kershaw Brawler, which is spring assisted. And it's a nice flipper, and it flips good. I've had that one for a while, and it was one of those like $20 ones that you got at Walmart for Christmas time. And that thing is an awesome, awesome little knife. That one stays in the car pretty much all the time.
Yeah, I don't always carry the same knife. I've got 3 or 4. I mean, none of them are high dollar ones. Like I said, this is
We're going to have to get you into at least one nice high dollar knife. Like, we will have to figure out how to get you into a nice high dollar knife.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this one was like a $20 Walmart special. I've got one that I bought at a flea market, simply for the fact it had a window punch, a seatbelt cutter. It was spring assist flip open, and it said Army on it. I mean, it was like $3. It's got a decent edge on it, but I mean, it doesn't stay decent very well. I mean,
We'll have to run it across my Spyderco Sharp Maker, see if it helps it.
My little whetstone combo thing that I have, it does okay, but I mean, it's old and kind of worn out. So I mean, I need a better way of sharpening my knives too, because I mean, the ones I have don't keep an edge. They'll take a nice edge, but they won't keep it for real long. Yeah,
actually, remind me the next time we record up at my place, I'll show you the Gerber that my wife bought me. It is not an everyday carry knife. It's more of a use it for out in the field, or to throw on gear. It's the LMF ASX-2, the one that they issued to the military, to the pilots. So it's got the knife all around is just a nice knife. It has the seatbelt cutter built in, or not built in, but it has a spare seatbelt cutter on a pouch mounted right on the front of the holder for the knife, for the sheath and everything. It comes with a drop leg. And like when I put it on just to mess around and I put the drop leg on and I was like, I kind of feel like Rambo. Like, this knife is like excessively big, but it's...
That ain't a knife. This is a
knife. Yeah. But it's got the built-in window punch on it, is almost kind of like a wedge, and it's actually meant for egressing out of the cockpits. It's meant like it is able to break the
aft glass.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a very well thought out knife. The handle is insulated, so you can actually use it to cut wires. There was a story out about this knife, and that's kind of what sold me on this knife. There was a sniper team in Iraq, and the guy had this knife. They were in a building all day. Were in the building into the evening hours for sniper overwatch. Somebody downstairs didn't know that they were in there, whether it was friendly or not, kicked on the generator and turned on all the lights in the building.
Uh-oh.
He reached up with the knife and just went yank and cut the wires with the knife and never got electrocuted.
Wow.
And but like I said, that's not an everyday carry
Yeah.
knife. That's a knife that I just have.
Yeah, that's
Kind of like my
item.
it's not. I
It's
wouldn't
usable,
really. Yeah, it's
not-
definitely a usable knife, but I don't really carry it on me
Yeah.
a lot. That's kind of like
One of those things you wear around the house and use it on. Like I would, I had knives that you'd think were obnoxious. They were cheap, but the longer ones, probably like a 12-inch blade. But out on the farm, growing up, I mean, you carried a knife because there's snakes and
Oh yeah,
you got to cut, brown bale strings, and it's
I always
you can
carried
hit,
a-
like 5 or 6 of those strings at once.
I always carried a little Barlow knife, and I think I had touched on that in our first podcast. Like I always had a little case-style Barlow knife, and I still have it. Actually, I'm gonna rebuild it and clean it up and give it to my little boy. But yeah, it varies. Like everybody's carry varies from person to person, and some people's carry, again, it all is money value and everything. Some people's carry will change from day to day. So it like constantly can change. I mean,
it all depends on your situation too. If you're going out for a wedding, your EDC is going to change a little bit. I mean, you might carry something a little fancier if you've got a knife that you carry.
don't carry your expensive knives with you to a wedding, because if you lose them, you feel like shit. Because I've done this. Just so happened that I just got this knife back. But yeah, I felt like shit for like 3 days after it, and I was not real happy because
you usually want to stash stuff like that in your car before you go into the reception.
I try not to stash
something.
anything in my car of high value because I don't trust people.
Oh yeah, I don't trust people either.
Especially if you're having your car valeted. Like,
Ooh.
I don't trust anybody.
Ooh, yeah, no, definitely not. But yeah, I mean, so it's always situationally dependent. So I mean, like Zach with his carry, what he carries for work and what he carries when he's not at work, because obviously there are certain limitations. While you're at your job, you can't carry certain things or stuff like that.
Now, my bag, the one thing is cool is with my bag, I do have a med kit on it. Basically like an individual first aid kit. I have a tourniquet. I have another little pouch, another like SOE plug here. I actually have 2 SOE pouches. I have a Velcro backed mesh pouch on the inside pocket, basically for like phone cords and stuff. And then on the outside, I have a very tiny one, probably about big enough to like hold a flashlight, but I actually have a lockpick kit in it. And I've actually had to use the lockpick kit at work, which was kind of fun because like everybody came to me and they're like, "Hey, you got your pick kit on you?" And I was like, "Yeah, why?" Like from a distance, it's like, "Yeah, why do you want to borrow my lockpick kit?"
Right.
And I ended up having to get into one of our manager's offices because he locked his keys in there.
Oh, nice.
So that was fun.
Yeah, that's always fun. I've had that happen once when I worked at the parts store, but obviously, I don't have a lockpick kit.
They're a good
we
thing
had to
to
use brake line and go through the vent that was right above the door and go down.
Oh
and
gosh!
hook the handle because it's one of the handles where when you pull it from the inside, it unlocks. Yeah, that was fun.
You probably should invest in a lockpick kit. It's like one of those little things. It's good to have and not need it.
Get a little set of Bogota flats or something.
Yeah, and that's pretty much
wallet.
that's pretty much what mine are. And I'll tell you what, it's fun to actually sit and learn. because I've had several locks at the house, like just master locks and stupid locks like that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
sat there and
You
messed
should
with.
see my bundle of locks that I have upstairs.
I'm pretty sure I could probably pick a few. And I've also got, in those, I've got all of my lockpicking kit actually individual pieces, but as a whole, all came from ITS Tactical.
Nice.
And
They actually have a...
they have some nice kits on there.
yeah, and they have an article, too. You can use the spring steel or the wiper blades.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I did that. I actually had to... I did do it. They don't last. They last for one use.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Cause,
Yeah,
when
it's
you make
one
the rake,
use.
it's real thin. It gets kind of rough. But I used it to hit the lock on the garage door before I swapped it around.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because the lock was backwards and the kids were out there.
Oops.
And they locked it. And my car was parked in there at the time, and my garage door opener was in the car.
Oh, bravo.
Yeah. So I had to pick the lock to...
Perfect dad moment.
Yeah, to get in there and get to my car and stuff. So I had those. I happened to have them upstairs. So, sorry, my dog's a little noisy sometimes. But that's just...
There we go.
But yeah, I got those out, and it took me a few minutes because, I'm no master lockpick or anything.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I've learned. That was a Mountain Dew, not a beer. Neither of us are drinking tonight. Both of us are kind of a little bit under the weather. I think my little boy got me sick.
Yeah, I had bad Chinese last night.
This weather has been it's messed with everybody's sinuses and allergies.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
So, I mean, pretty much, with the EDC stuff, again, I think I've said it twice now, but everybody's stuff's going to be different. You don't have to go out and buy $350 knives, $400 knives, $500 knives. Though we are going to get you into a nice knife.
Yeah.
But it's basically what you carry on you every day, and what you use every day. I carry in my bag with me every day. It's a Tactical Tailor Mil-Spec Monkey collab. It's a nice little bag. I throw my lunch in it and go to work. And, it's got a nice big spot on the front for patches. So I've got a few of my favorite patches on there. Basically, I think there's a Andy Frankhart patch. There's a Burnley Knife Company patch on there. There's a Jeremy Horton patch and a Pipe Hitters Union patch.
Nice. Yeah, my bag that I carry, I don't carry it every day, but when I'm taking the computer somewhere or doing stuff like that, I've got my tactical baby gear.
Yeah, I wish I would have
bag.
known about them guys more when my little boy was born. I knew about them, but I didn't know as much.
Right.
And I really wish I would have known about them.
They have the backpack version too, and then they have a mini version of the backpack.
Oh, really? See,
yeah,
I haven't
so
seen
like you have one that's your diaper bag, and then you have one that's like a kid's backpack size.
Really?
Yeah. And it's identical to the big one. Just
I would like the
smaller.
kid's backpack for the little guy to wear to
Yeah,
school.
I'll have to show it to you.
Yeah.
They have them in different colorways and stuff too. I've got the smoke camo.
Oh, nice.
But between that and if I'm taking my big, I say big, but it's not really that big. The bag's an old hydration bladder bag from Walmart that I use as my med kit. It's got my cat, got stethoscope, I've got needle. I've got it's basically just shy of being a trauma kit because I don't have chest.
It's funny because he has more invested in his medical kit than
Yeah.
I do.
Well, no, not really. Shop clearance, guys. Shop clearance. I do that a lot.
But he has a lot of stuff that I don't have in mine, we'll say. Because I have the basic necessities for like an individual first aid kit and 2 tourniquets. I also have a set of shears as well.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it all comes down to situational. Because, I'm not going to carry my med bag everywhere with me, but there are times that I do carry my med bag with me. Like, fair time.
Oh,
Go to
yeah.
the fair. I've got my med bag on me.
Now, speaking of that, with the county fair, do you carry at the fair?
Yes.
I was just wondering because I have not, and I just didn't know if you did. I know people that do. I just personally don't because one, I'm with the little one, and two, I'm walking around a whole bunch, and the access to the holsters that I have had are not comfortable enough to be out walking around and putting in almost 8-9 miles of walking, eating fair food while you're carrying a pistol. It's probably not going to be a fun day.
I mean, mine's not. The last few years, I've actually put it down in my med bag because I carry my med bag at the fair. I mean, I'm good.
Yeah.
It's the fair. Stuff's, kids are going to fall and scrape their knees. People are going to knock them over. I mean, because people are rude anymore. But, it's not necessarily in my holster, but I have it. And, I mean, the rules, rule number 1, weapons, guns, knives, chains, bats, sticks, laser lights, explosives, or fireworks are not permitted on the Canfield Fairgrounds and must be forfeited to police upon your admission onto the fairgrounds. This means guns without a proper permit. That is right in their wording.
Oh, wow.
So, if you have your concealed carry, there's your permit. It is properly permitted. You can carry. I know, like my, where I grew up, the fair down there, they don't allow it, period.
I don't think Columbiana County allows it either.
Some of them don't, but Canfield's, it's right in the rules.
Yeah.
And Stevie actually worked under the fairgrounds, or under the grandstands, right next to the sheriff's thing. And didn't have any issues. So.
Yeah. And we'll be discussing more on concealed carry and carry laws in future episodes.
Now, if you're not listening in Ohio, though, you got to take it, make sure you check your laws.
Yeah, check your local and state laws.
Yeah, because we're in Ohio, and your laws are probably different than ours if you're somewhere else. So,
and if you're in California, God bless your soul.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But, it comes down, like I said, I carry there. Where I carry it and how I carry it all depends on the situation.
Yeah, and that goes with, like we were saying, that goes for everything. I mean, you're not going to carry I wouldn't say you wouldn't, but most people aren't going to carry a fixed blade knife with them to a wedding reception or something.
I might keep my little boot knife.
Something formal. Yeah, but you're going to carry a smaller one. You're not going to carry
no, I'm not going to carry a 6-inch fixed blade. I'll carry my little 2.5-inch fixed blade.
Normally I carry a folder. I mean.
Yeah, and that's my normal's a folder.
But. Yeah, normally I carry a folder, and I have three or four different ones, and they're all different sizes. So it's kind of cool because I can go. Yeah, you know what? That one's going to go good with what I'm wearing.
Variety is the spice of life, dude.
It is, and it comes down to what you like and what's going to suit you for that day when you're out. I mean, up here it's getting into the cold weather season, so everybody's all excited that it has CCW. They're like, large frame guns are coming out.
Yep. Hey, I carry my full sizes every day.
Some people can.
Yeah, my gut hides it most of the time.
Some people can carry full size every day. I know a lot of people that'll carry in the summertime because they're in shorts and stuff. They'll carry a smaller frame. And then when winter hits, it's,
full frame all day.
Glock 17s, Glock 21s, 1911s, everybody's busting out the full 5-inch frames.
Yeah.
And they're like, yep, I can tuck it under a hoodie and go.
Yep. My frame allows me to carry, my body frame allows me to carry a full frame. Whereas, my wife, she carries, I think hers is a 3.2-inch barrel. It's a Walther PK380.
I don't know anything about Walters, except that I eventually want to buy a PPK and put a suppressor on it.
Yeah.
Thank you, James Bond.
Yeah, exactly.
And if I do that, I will also probably hit the lottery, so I will be driving around in a DB5.
Heck yeah. The newer one or the older one, though?
No, the DB5.
Oh, the DB5.
The one from Gold Member.
Oh.
Or not Gold Member, Goldfinger.
Goldfinger.
Wow.
Gold Member.
Thank you, Austin Powers.
My pinky was the key. Wow.
Yeah. Ever since I've seen that movie as a kid, I loved that car. And I have looked on eBay several times because I don't know where else to look for cars like that for sale.
Yeah, I don't know. Especially, I mean, if you want to get real down to the details, it's got to be right-hand drive.
I have found several on eBay, and I actually found one that was used in the movie. It was one of
the hero cars.
Pretty much,
I
and
bet that wasn't cheap.
the starting bid on it was like $350,000. The cheapest I found one was $75,000, and it still had like 3 days left on the auction.
Ooh, yeah, it was hitting 100.
Yeah,
Easy.
they are not cheap cars.
No,
but I want one.
Yeah, I mean,
we all have hopes and dreams. I just want to be able to roll around.
22B.
The Subaru
classic,
the Subaru that will never ever. That's like every Subaru owner's dream.
Yep.
And I used to own a WRX, so the number that he just mentioned, the 22B, is like every WRX, STI, or 2.5 RS Impreza owner's dream.
Yeah.
We can make a really cool clone of them, though.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing about having the nice thing is having the 2.5 RS and then being able to swap all the fun stuff in it.
Yeah. Except for I think the 22B is a 20G, 2-liter twin turbo. Because it's
really
Japanese. It's JDM only.
I guess I'm gonna have to just fly over to Japan.
Yeah. No, you can import a 20G relatively cheap. You can import their diesel. They have a diesel in Europe and Japan and stuff, but they don't make it here.
Don't tempt me. Like I really,
it's gonna cost you like $10,000.
If I'm going to import anything from Japan, we all know what that's going to be. It starts with a G and ends with an R, and there's only one letter in between it.
Yeah.
And they're still illegal in the United States. At least
the 34s.
No, the 33s and 34s.
Yeah, well, 33s and 34s, but everybody wants a 34.
Everybody wants
a 34.
Yeah, everybody wants Godzilla.
Yep.
Enough on the car talk. We'll get into that into future episodes when Zach's back, because Zach is also the other Zach. He is a big gearhead as well. He's more into the European cars. Volkswagen, the people's car. But yet he hates BMWs.
That doesn't make sense.
Or maybe he just hates my BMW.
Yeah, he probably just hates your Beamer.
That's because he doesn't have a BMW.
Yeah, exactly. He drives a Dodge.
Yeah.
Not even a good one.
Well, now mind you, he did have a really nice Audi, and he had a really nice GTI at one point in time. But I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there that he had to get rid of him.
I don't know. At least I'm hoping it wasn't like my uncle's case. He had a 80-something Fox body Mustang with the 5.0 high output, 5-speed, and he put a Vortex supercharger on it.
Yeah, can you stop? I'm still a little sensitive. I still miss my Mustang.
When he got married, his wife made him sell it.
At least my wife didn't make me sell mine. I had bought ours, and the running joke was the only reason she married me was because of my car. Which it was just a basic 2004 Mustang GT 4.6 2-valve. And here we are still talking about cars.
Yeah.
But it was the 40th anniversary.
Every day, we're in a cars every
day. Yeah, every day. I guess you could
say. Come on.
It is an everyday thing. But yeah, so I got to keep that car, and eventually I had to sell it because I think it sat for a year and a half, and I didn't drive it. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah. It's time to let it go.
I've had cars like that. My 94 SVX, sold that.
I hate those cars.
They are weird looking, but they're it's a flat 6.
They're hideous looking.
Yeah. It was hideous, but it drove like a dream.
I would like to see something. I would wish they would have made a turbo version of that.
Yeah, they didn't.
But we could have made stuff happen.
Yeah. If you look for, his name's Andy Forrest. He's got a GC Impreza that he swapped the SVX Flat 6 into, and he time attacks and
oh wow,
Jim Connor. It's in England, but his name's Andy Forrest. I can't remember.
Check it out.
I'm friends with him on Facebook and follow stuff because of the Subaru forums.
Yes.
But he's got that in there. But yeah, I mean, I sold that car because I had to get new carpet because the stupid cat we had at that point, my wife found out she was pregnant with our oldest. The cat started peeing everywhere.
Yes.
Got rid of the cat, had to change the carpet, so car
had to go bye-bye.
Yeah. My car that I had when I met my wife was older than her. It was built in April of 90 was the manufacture date. Stevie wasn't born until July of 90.
Wow.
Yeah, a 90 Legacy sedan. 5-speed front-wheel drive. Front-wheel drive.
Let's see. I think like the first car that I had was, well, I had two first cars. I had my winter car, which was an 88 Mazda 626. So literally it was, at the time, 1 year younger than I was. And I had a 92 Ford Probe GT. The only problem was it was an automatic.
Oof.
But there was some work done to the transmission. It had a bigger turbo on it. And that thing would rip. But the Mazda 626 was a 5-speed, and the motors were the same motor. Just the 626 had the 2.2-liter non-turboed, where the Probe had the 2.2-liter turboed. And both of those cars would rip. But that Mazda ended up... it ended up going... I drove it. My stepmom drove it. I drove it. My brother-in-law drove it, and the front axle shaft sheared off on it.
Ooh.
And, like,
Ooh.
literally, like,
Yeah.
we're coming... Yeah, oh, yeah, no, it
Right
was done. Yeah,
bottom,
it was done. I mean, but it was funny as hell, like, to see it. Yeah,
it's like
that car...
watching the drive shaft on a truck explode.
Oh.
Especially when it's the front U-joint that comes loose.
Yes.
You
Yes.
want to see a truck go butt overhead real quick?
Especially if they're at high speed.
Yeah.
That makes for a bad day.
Yeah.
Back on the topic here.
Back on to everyday carry stuff.
Which you're right, that was part of, like, our everyday.
Yeah, I mean, we're in our cars every day, so, I mean, there's...
The one thing that I hate, like I said, I hate it. I hate the fact that it's become an everyday carry thing is the cell phones. And, like, I have, your typical apps and everything on here, like Facebook and all that. The one app that I actually downloaded, there's two, actually. And there's better ones out there, of course, I'm sure. But one is called Splits, and this is actually for all you shooters that do IDPA or any of the matches. It actually is a timer. It's the beep timer and everything, and it's really cool, and I've used it quite a bit. And then there's another one, which I actually just recently deleted because the trial offer expired on the premium version, and after you get rid of the trial offer, it's not as cool, but it's called X Hunt. It's really cool for hunters, but it's also cool for people that like to hike and like to go out in the woods and stuff. And it shows the property boundaries. It shows public hunting boundaries. It shows who owns the property. I mean, it's like legit, and it's cool because like it shows everybody's property lines. It shows who owns what. Because we ran into the issue. Actually, part of my backyard is not owned by us.
Huh.
It's actually owned by the township. So that spot where like our fire pit is, up to the barn, and as wide as that little divot in our backyard is owned by the township. I don't know why. I thought it was a thing that had been taken care of a long time ago. And I've seen maps, and they're like, yeah, it's your property, but then when you look it up on like that app or a couple other like actual satellite maps that show all the property lines, it's still technically owned by the township.
I would double check public record on that instead of going by the apps, because I mean the apps, updates can be behind.
That X Hunt was updated 2 months before I downloaded it. So
yeah, but there's source files.
Yeah, and I don't know for sure.
I mean, Google. You see the Google cars running around taking pictures. Those pictures ain't going to be up for like a year and a half.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys. I'm going to just kind of let it go and just keep taking care of it. Because
I
was going to go down
of your backyard.
Yeah, I was going to go down and be like, "Hey, can we just have that property?" And my stepdad's like, "No, because it'll cost more money." I was like, "Yeah, smart idea. I'll just leave that alone."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, apps come in handy. the apps that I use the most, other than
Castbox.
Yep,
which
Castbox,
is exactly where
you
will
should
be
listening to it
this.
there, because as of this point, that's the only place we're going to be uploading to. For now, we'll get up onto other streams too.
Which we got to. Again, this is all work in progress. I
Yep.
do believe we'll have it up on iTunes eventually. I got to see how we got to work with that.
And we're going to have to host it, I think.
Through Apple.
No, it's not through Apple. The only thing I think I read, we got to have like a blog or something somewhere where it's initially hosted.
Oh.
So we might have to build like a Wix website or something real quick and have it put on there, or find another hosting service. I'll have to look a little bit more into it. iTunes is kind of, even there, if you create an app, it's like I have Xcode on the computers.
Yeah.
You have to pay them for the developer's license before it'll even hit the App Store. I mean, if I create something and we both have Apples, if we connect them hardwire with the cords to the computer, I can upload the app to the phone, but I can't put it in the App Store.
Interesting.
So Apple has their little steps and red tape you got to go through to get it up there. But some of the other ones are a lot easier. Like Castbox is going to be, it was the easiest and quickest to get up. And there's still a heck of a lot of stuff available on there.
Yeah.
A lot of the ones I didn't even realize that I listened to through Apple podcasts are up on Castbox too.
See, that was when I was looking, when my friend told me about the Jocko podcast. I just typed in the Jocko podcast under the Google search thing, and that was like the first one that popped up, and I was like, all right, cool, I'll try it. Yeah. And now I have like probably 10 different podcasts I follow. And the only reason that I listen to so much podcasts is because I literally drive an hour and 5 minutes one way.
Yeah.
62 miles.
I'm surprised
one
I've
way.
never seen you at work when I fly out of there.
Yeah, most people.
Every 8 days I was flying in and out of there.
I think I don't know how we didn't run into each
other.
Right? Some people know, some people don't. I actually work I had mentioned in the first episode, for the Department of Homeland Security. I work at the airport, so I deal with people and run into a lot of gear junkies. Like, I guess that's what you could call us. Yeah. I'm always talking to people about what bags they're carrying and who they like better, and just kind of small talk to kind of get a feel for the person anyways. But just kind of talking to people. Ran into a guy actually yesterday. He had a Tad's Triple Watt Design Ranger hoodie on.
Nice.
And a Triple Watt Design Lightspeed. And a group that I'm part of on Facebook, Tad Junkies, he had one of their logos, and I just happened to catch the logo out at the back of the corner of my eye, and I went, wait a minute, you're a Tad Junkie? And I come back up, and we were dead, so the guy, me and him sat there and BS'd for a good, 25 minutes about gear and stuff, and he carries a Brian Feltor bolt pen.
Nice.
I love those pens. A little out of my price range.
Yeah.
But everybody, all the guys that come through, we get guys come in from 511. Always talk to them guys. Actually, I met a rep from Vortex Optics,
nice.
Which I've still got his business card. I actually should probably email that guy.
Yeah, maybe we can get some stuff to review.
Yeah, that'd be nice. We'll see. I got to email him, though. I had a couple questions I needed to ask him back when I met him originally about some Vortex, and didn't get a chance to email him. That was
so you got the job. You get to see all these people. I'm stuck on a construction site.
Trust me, it's not as great as it sounds some days. And some days you run into people and think they're going to be real cool and they're dicks.
Yeah. That happens all over the place.
Other than that, I think we covered everything that we carry. Not really anything else. I think we covered all the topics tonight.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to share what you carry with us, tag us in your EDC pictures on the Instagram and Facebook. I mean, at daddy_brigade_podcast on Instagram.
Or hashtag
or
Daddy Brigade Podcast.
Or hashtag us in there. I mean, we'll find it and we'll share your pictures too. Spread the word. Share us, guys. I mean, if you like us, cool. If not, that's cool too. I mean, everybody's got their own cup of tea.
Yeah.
But hopefully we're putting out some stuff that you guys like. If there's anything specific that you would like to hear from us, tag us on the social media. I mean, just let us know what you guys think.
Yeah. Future episodes we got coming up real quick. I'll just kind of... we have the infamous AK versus AR debate. I know pretty much everybody has probably went over it.
Oh, I'm sure.
We have
100,000 times.
We have friends on both sides of the fence,
so
we are going to do one. And the funny thing is actually, we didn't get into is, most of the stuff that we carry, some of it we carry because we have children, because we're both dads, hence the reason Daddy Brigade Podcast.
Med kit.
The med kit. You never know what you're gonna need with kids. But this podcast for the AR/AK, that one's pretty much just gonna be. Yeah, that's just us. Yeah, that's strictly gonna be on guns.
Yeah,
and it's good. It should be a fun debate because there's two AR people. If not, it'll be a one-on-one, and then me kind of in the middle because I like both platforms very well.
Yeah.
Our guest that we're going to have on is a friend of mine. He's been around both platforms, has built a few of both platforms, and very, very, very knowledgeable guy. And I think you'll enjoy that show really well.
Hang on, Harper.
Other than that, we have the... What else? I sent you a whole paper list of shows. And there's ones that we got to go through. And some of these won't be single shows. I doubt that AR/AK will be a one show. I think that's going to be
it'll
part
probably,
1, part 2.
Yeah, I mean, possibly part 3.
If it goes that long, man, I think we're getting back into a history lesson almost.
Yeah. We'll get into some first aid stuff for sure.
Yeah, first aid is definitely one that we'll be talking about.
Especially with kids.
Yeah. Definitely a CCW or concealed carry episode. I was mentioning to you earlier at the beginning of the episode, the one of the Leos I work with had told me we should do an episode on firearms and how not to get shot by the cops.
Yeah.
Which I kind of found funny a little bit. And, it's... we have a bunch of stuff coming up. Also, with the end of this podcast tonight, I want to try to take a moment of silence for all the victims from the synagogue shooting in Pittsburgh. All right, guys. At that, we're going to wrap it up tonight. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you to all the service members out there, all the Leos, all the firefighters, EMTs, first responders. You guys keep doing what you guys do.
Keep rocking it, guys.
This is the Tactical Gnome.
Bearded Tank.
Daddy Brigade Podcast out.